Yes.
18 agenda meeting, South Plainfield Mayor and Council's meeting has been advertised in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-6, with adequate notice of this meeting being provided to the borough's 2 official newspapers and also published on the borough's website. Amy, will you call the roll, please?
Yes, Councilman Dean.
Here.
Councilwoman Faustini.
Here.
Councilman Besh.
Here.
Councilman White.
Here.
Councilman Bullock.
Here.
Council President Benjavanga.
Here.
Thank you. Can you take us through a review of tonight's agenda, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this evening we have a public hearing for the release of 3 different performance bonds. We have 3 matters on regarding personnel for executive session and 1 contractual matter on for executive session. We have approval of council minutes for July 23rd. We have a presentation for the library. There are 2 ordinances on, which are first reading by title, 15 resolutions this evening, 3 matters of correspondence, payment of bills totaling $2,300,860.42, council reports, and we conclude with public comments. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Council comments on agenda items?
Nothing.
Can I get a motion for executive session? 4 items, personnel, zoning officer, property maintenance, and fire official. 3 items, contractual municipal cards.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman White, seconded by Council President Benjavanga. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? We'll have executive session for tonight. Okay, we have 3 performance bond public hearings tonight for the agenda session. The first is a release of performance bond posted by J&P Real Estate Holdings LLC for public improvements to block 403 lot 7.04. Amy, everything is in order?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
We have counsel?
Yes. Good evening. Robert Stanicki is S-T-A-N-I-C-K-I from law firm of Macbeth Perkins Stanicki on behalf of the applicant.
Are there any council comments, questions for this particular J&P Real Estate Holdings for this council?
Nothing from me, Mayor.
Do you have anything to say?
Nothing that I need to add. I understand that Mr. Keaty had reviewed everything,
Mhm.
and my client has already paid the 15% cost improvement of $5,278.88 that's requested for the 2-year maintenance.
Okay. We're going to open this up for public comments, and then it is the assumption that this will be on for the public meeting tonight. Once it's set, you are not required to stay. If you want to, you can do so.
Very good.
Okay? You're welcome. Okay, at this point, I'll open it up for public comments regarding the release of performance bond posted by J&P Real Estate Holdings LLC, public improvements to block 403 lot 7.04. Seeing none, close public portion. You're all set for tonight, sir.
Thank you.
The second is the release of performance bond posted by SAPJ Realty LLC for public improvements to block 84 lot 10. Senator
Evening,
Dunn.
Mayor Pat Dygnan, the applicant. Whose birthday is it? John. Happy birthday. I know when he was 0.
That is true. It's been a long time.
Everything I believe is in order.
Everything is in
Actually,
order.
my client has already commenced his practice at the new location. He was just saying how wonderful it is and how happy he is to be there.
Excellent.
And it was a kind of long haul, but I really want to thank staff for all of their assistance there.
Always good. Yeah. Any council comments for Senator Dunn? Or the
Nothing,
applicant?
No.
Okay. Senator, you're welcome to for public comments. Assuming there's nothing to be on for today's public session. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, at this point, I'll open up for public comments regarding the performance bond posted by SAJP Realty LLC, public improvements bond 84 lot 10. Seeing none, close public portion. Senator, you're all set for tonight. The third is the release of performance bond posted by JP Property Management for public improvements to block 308 lot 41. Council?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. Bland J. Dracassi of the law firm Hartman, Doherty, Rosa, Berman, and Bobulia, appearing on behalf of JP Property Management.
Okay, it's our understanding everything is in order. At this point, as we say, we'll open it up for public comments, assuming there's no anything items of attention, we'll put that on the public meeting again. You are not required to say. Is there anything you would like to address the council?
No, thank you.
Any governing body questions regarding the performance bond for Block 308, Lot 41?
No, nothing from me, Mayor.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
At this point, we'll open up for public comments regarding the performance bond posted by JP Property Management for public improvements to Block 308, Lot 41. Seeing none, close the public portion. You're all set, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, at this point, we'll open it up for public comments on agenda items only. Seeing none, close the public portion. Can I get a motion to adjourn tonight's agenda meeting?
So moved.
Second.
We are adjourned. Seeing no reason to delay, we'll go right to the public meeting. Again, this meeting has been advertised in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-6, with adequate notice of this meeting also being provided to the borough's 2 official newspapers and also published on the borough's website. Amy, will you call the roll once more, please?
Councilman Dean?
Here.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Here.
Councilman Bash?
Here.
Councilman White?
Here.
Councilman Bullock?
Here.
And Council President Benjamin?
Here.
Thank you. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation by Councilman Best.
Lord, I ask that you watch over the residents of this borough and keep them from harm's way, and give this council the wisdom to govern fairly and justly. Amen.
Once again, I'll open up for public comments on agenda items. Seeing none, we'll close the public portion. Can I get a motion to approve the council minutes of July 23rd, agenda public and executive?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Dean, seconded by Councilman White. Amy, can you call the roll?
Yes. Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Abstain?
Councilman Bash?
Abstain.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
And Council President Benjamin?
Yes.
Passes 4-0.
Okay, item number 7 on tonight's agenda. We do have a presentation for the South Plainfield Public Library. We're going to present a plaque to them. I know we've asked for some of the trustees to be here tonight. So this plaque is dedicated to our South Plainfield Memorial Library in recognition of its tireless commitment to the residents of South Plainfield and with appreciation of the generous efforts put forth to building Willow Park's inclusive playground, a place where we can all play together. Underneath, Linda Hanson, Director, Cheryl Nagel-Smiley, President, Gary Jones, Vice President, Raymond Rosnick, Mayor's Representative, Anna Marie Stokel, Board of Education Representative, Robert Benjamin Sr., Melissa Katzengaris, Frank Limos, Ann Troop, and Stephanie Wolak. So, our members, if you're here, please come forward and accept on behalf of the governing council.
Madam President.
Thank you.
Assemble here.
You know what, I don't. Picture if you like, when I started.
Do we need anything? Good? Does that work?
It does.
Looks good for me, yeah. That's
Okay.
what we get. I have a silent camera.
You left the lens cap on.
You don't have the.
I do that all the time, no.
Yes.
Did you get it? Yeah, I got it, thank you.
Anybody want to address the
Dark.
residents
All right.
here?
Well,
Niagara, too?
I just want to say thank you so much. It was our pleasure. I also want to recognize Darlene Cullen, who was the past president, I'd like her to come forward.
Yeah.
Because she also was very instrumental. She kind of set the ball rolling before I became president. And also to our director, who her whole goal is to have the library be part of this community and the community to enjoy the library. If you look at some of the programs we do, no other library in the state has children's programs almost every day. We have special needs programs. We have a lot of parent programs, parenting programs. So I think we are way into the 21st century with what we do. And I really appreciate everything you've done for us.
We appreciate everything you're doing. Obviously, the library is a great, location for South Plainfield, a great jewel for the community, and I think this Willow Park revitalized after so many years of a lot of people not even realizing the park was back there.
Right.
Just complimenting the programs that you guys have, and we're glad to see how you kind of use that together,
Yes.
and also engage the entire governing
Yes.
body
And
in all of your programs. So we
And I
appreciate
don't
it.
want to be remiss in thanking Christine too. She was
Yes.
our former vice president, and she also got the ball rolling too. So thank you, Christine.
Thank you.
I just want to say it's been an honor and a joy working with all of you now and before, and just thank you to this board and the board members prior and everybody who has been behind the library to make it what it is today. You've embraced every facet of this community. There's a place for everyone there, and I'm going to get emotional, so I'm going to stop. But I just have to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, and what happened with Willow. I mean, just at National Night Out, to look back and see 100 kids playing over there was, just fantastic, very
Yes.
special. So
Yeah.
thank you very much again, all of you.
Thank you.
Looking forward to what's next. Thank you.
Okay.
By the way, that slide race at Willow Park is still being contested.
No way.
We have two ordinances for introduction. Ordinance 2116.
An ordinance amending the code of the Borough of South Plainfield to add chapter 334 titled Vacant and Abandoned Residential Properties.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for introduction on ordinance 2116?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman White, seconded by Councilman Dean. Amy, can you call the roll?
Yes, Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President Benjamin?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Also for introduction, ordinance 2117.
Bond ordinance amending section 3A of bond ordinance number 2103 of the Borough of South Plainfield in the County of Middlesex, New Jersey, finally adopted February 5th, 2018, in order to revise the 2018 road list referenced in section 3A to include additional roads and sidewalks.
Thank you. Can I also get a motion for introduction on ordinance 2117?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman White, also seconded by Councilman Dean. Amy, can you call the roll?
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President Benjamin?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Resolutions 18-309 to 18-323. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman White, seconded by Councilman Wallach. Amy, can you call the roll?
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
And Council President Benjamin?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. We have three items of correspondence: Environmental Commission minutes, June 13th, Recycling Monthly Report for June, and the Environmental Monthly Report for July. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Councilman Wallach, seconded by Councilman White. Amy, can you call the roll?
Yes. Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President Benjamin?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. On payment of the bills for $2,300,860.42. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Dean, seconded by Councilman Wallach. Amy, can you call the roll?
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President Benjamin?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Mr. Rizzo, anything for us tonight? Thank you, sir. Mr. Cullen.
Yes, Mayor, I have a few items. One of them, I received a call late this afternoon, early this evening, from, actually representatives from Texas Eastern over there on Coolidge. And what they made me aware of is sometime this week, I guess, similar to the situation that we have around Park Avenue, they have a parallel gas line that goes under the Rahway River, which I guess connects Rahway to Woodbridge. And they're going to deaden that line. The reason why they called me, well, I'm sorry, it connects Woodbridge to Linden, but it's the Rahway River. The reason why they call it the borough is they're saying when they abandon that line, I guess they have to cut in. And when they cut in, they're going to deaden the old line, but it's going to cause them to actually have to have I guess they're going to have a small release where they're going to empty out the old line, the existing line. So what they're saying is in the area of Coolidge, and before they do any of this, they would contact the police, fire, and everyone else. But before they do it, they couldn't give me the exact time this week. It'll happen later this week, but in that area of Coolidge, there'll be a small localized natural gas smell. So I just got the call today, around 4:35 in the afternoon. I have the guy's information. I'll call back again tomorrow, but that's the message that it was.
So the chief may be able to do a reverse 911 in that area, but
Correct.
you got much time to do anything else?
Yeah, I mean, luckily, a lot of their area, I think it's like 529 Coolidge, a lot of that area is woods and
Yeah.
everything else. So, but I just, the first time I've gotten that type of notification from them. Last week, Parsa fixed their manhole behind us in the parking lot, and that seems to be working well. Our tax bills went out finally last week, and those have been received because we had lines of people today paying taxes. The unclaimed surplus property, resolution 1319. Anybody that wants to go online, they can go from buying a ladder truck to a Huffy bicycle. So, whichever you're looking for, if you want a ladder truck, we're selling it. If you want a Huffy bicycle, we're selling it. And then the last two things, one, like everyone else, I worked a number of years with Mr. English. Mike was a great guy, and obviously Councilman Benjamin, and I used to see him this year, working out in the mornings, just, terrible thing, and I just, give my condolences to his family. Mike really contributed a lot to the borough, and I was actually here to see a lot. So, with that, it's just certainly give my best to Sue and the family. And on a better note, I see Joe Scordato was named the Grand Marshal. I couldn't get a better selection. I think the first team I was ever on teaching girls softball was with Joe. And so I know Joe's gone back, close to 20 years now, volunteering or more, different areas in town. I just want to congratulate him with that purpose.
Thank you. Mr. Miller.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Hadley Road was finished last week. We also went over to corporate and we striped corporate. Lonsdale was paved and that road's been finished. The contractor should be starting the drainage work on Orchard this week. The other contractor started the mill and overlay project. They were over on East Gulf today, and they'll be continuing milling. So hopefully we'll see some paving going down soon over there also. I met with the gas company this afternoon for the PAL addition, where we have to get the gas service relocated around the new building addition, and the guy's going to make up a work order, and hopefully we can get that pushed through as soon as possible. But we're on track to get that moving, and the contractor's working well on that building addition, so it seems like we're making progress with that progress.
Thank you. Ms. Antoni, please.
Progress, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Best.
Yes, Mayor, thank you. Just a couple things. One is I've been getting a lot of good feedback about Hadley Road. Also the striping, a lot of residents are very happy. They're wondering when the rest of it's going to get done, but I informed them, it's going to be done in phases. The Woodland Avenue and Oak Tree is moving slowly.
It's moving though, which is
But it is moving, and we did have the weather kind of held them up a little bit, but it's back, should be back in stride, and hopefully that'll get done soon. And also, I've gotten a lot of good feedback about Plainfield. Rob, I tried to address Plainfield. Sorry.
the repaving of Pingling.
I tried to address your issue, Rob, and hopefully it worked. I'm not real sure how well it's going to be.
I appreciate it.
And lastly, I would like to congratulate everyone who was involved in the National Night Out. You guys did a great job. A little bit of weather kind of, but everybody showed back up and it was really good, and continue the great work you do. It was a great success.
And with that, progress.
Thank you. Councilman Ward.
Progress, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman White.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Just like to echo about National Night Out. I think it was a great event. I love the fact that people were able to go into the library when the rain hit.
Yeah.
They all hung out. They could listen to Mr. Ray. Is it?
Mhm.
Mr. Ray. I remember from when my kids were little, and then come back out and enjoy the rest of the evening. And I just wanted to mention something about a phone conversation I had with the Ocean State Job Lot. We were asking them, they donated a kayak package last year, so asked them to do the same again this year, and had the opportunity to speak with one of the regional people there. And he really brought to light some of the things that they do beyond that for our military, donating backpacks. He was actually backing up to a dock when I called him, and they would had a truck full of about 10,000 backpacks with school supplies for this one military base, where the previous company that had donated the backpacks was not able to do it this year, and he took it upon himself. The company donated them. He took it upon himself to actually drive the truck there. And in addition to that, I just was speaking to someone today, and they were saying how they donate food to our veterans and things like that. So I just wanted to highlight just the fact of some of the things they do beyond just a kayak, which may be a small thing, but they do a lot more. And I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that so that people would be aware of the fact that they're a company that really participates not only here locally but nationally as well. So with that, progress, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Dean.
Yes, Mayor. National Night Out was a great success, and also our Christmas in July, so thankful to everyone that was involved in putting it together, and everyone enjoyed both days, even with the weather the way it was. So, thank you. That's it, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilwoman Paustini.
Well, I first want to just echo everyone's comments about congratulations to Joe Scordato being named the Grand Marshal. He's very deserving, excellent choice. And again, thanks to everybody on the National Night Out Committee. It was a fine job done, and it was wonderful that everybody braved the weather and stayed and made the night a success. I wanted to invite seniors to come attend the summer barbecue, but I found out today, actually, I don't know if you have your tickets yet, it is sold out. Over 125 people are attending. It's catered every year. It's a great event, so hopefully that you did get your tickets. August 16th is the luau night at the community pool. This is an event where they kind of close down a few hours, get the pool ready. We have a Hawaiian luau from 5 to 8. This event is for pool members only, and you do have to register at the front desk for that. Which brings me, talking about the community pool, to a little bit of an end of the season recap in regards to the pool. Despite all the rain, the community pool has actually had a pretty good year. Our family registrations are equal to about a year ago. Single registrations are up over 10%, and our senior registrations are up about 6%. And these swim lessons, I know, a lot of residents have taken advantage of them. Each of our 4 sessions we offered this year had over 100 registrations, and I just want to put that in perspective that's about 500 children who really got the opportunity to learn to swim better, or teach kids to swim, which is really great. I don't know if everyone is aware, but I just want to make everyone aware that our pool is now in need of some repair. Last year, we did make some nice improvements that were pleasing for our members. We did some privacy fencing, landscaping, and we added some shade shelters to enhance it. But now we need to look to replace the decking. We also need to look to upgrade the filtration system and see what other things we can do to kind of really enhance the community pool at this point. Over the summer, I've met with Greenbrook officials about plans they were going through with their community pool. And earlier today, myself, Administrator Cullen, and Recreation Director Kevin Hughes met with a company that installs spray parks and enhances community pools. And it was a very good meeting, looking to follow up and see what they can kind of come up and suggest for us to do. I've been a pool member for decades. My children swam on the Tiger Sharks swim team, and I know the value of this to the community of having a pool, and I think it's very important. Hopefully we can look to really do something there, and I will keep everybody updated as more information becomes available.
Yeah, so, Councilman, we've been speaking about this, and much like you've seen the changes that have occurred over at the library, even when most doubted that anything could be done over there. I think we're at the point where we do need to turn our attention and do a little bit more than some of the facelift work that has been done. And some of it was clearly more than facelift work when you look at the reconstruction of the dive area and stuff like that. But I know there's been some discussion over the years, even enhancing the crossing from the POW parking lot over to the pool. Clearly, the parking lot back there, needs some work. There's been a lot of great work, I think, over just removing all of the vegetation and the trees that were there and putting some privacy fencing over there. But I think what we need, and what I would ask the council to do, is for the next meeting, prepare an engineering resolution to at least develop a conceptual plan for the upgrades and the improvements that would be required at that pool. If we're going to be talking about spray parks and other major upgrades, I think that is incumbent that we really take a look at what the major issues are with that pool before we go starting to invest some serious money in that. So I would ask that the council or work with Mr. Rizzo and Mr. Miller and prepare that resolution, get that underway, and then obviously once that's done, to work with Council President Benjavanga and also Recreation Director Kevin Hughes, to look at what those conceptual designs and really revitalize the community pool to what you see behind us here with the library and Willow Park, and make that in conjunction with the POW, an even better focus of the town, bring it to its fullest potential to what it could be. So I don't know if there's anybody's got any shares, any different vision, but I think if we're going to do that and the community pool is going to stay, I think it's time where we need to at least find out what those investments are, and then we can take action after that.
Yeah, I think we're past the point of patchwork. I think
Yes.
look long term now.
Council President Benjamin?
Was that it?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
And that concludes my report. Thank you with that process.
Well, thank you for the birthday wishes at these embarrassing times. I thought as I walked in, I said, that's pretty fun.
That may be the first. I don't think anybody's ever gotten signed before.
So, this is the second time I've had a council meeting on my birthday, so it's awesome to spend it here. But I just want to say that I want to recap, go back to ordinance 2116, which is on our agenda, which is the ordinance amending the code of the borough of South Plainfield to add vacant and abandoned residential properties onto a list. So one of the principal interests of this ordinance is to see all residential properties actively occupied and properly maintained. We want to encourage vibrant neighborhoods with property owners that proudly care for their curb appeal, and that's why we introduced this tonight. In many cases, vacant properties are bank-owned, as you know, and are being left ignored or in a neglected state. So the spirit of this ordinance here is designed to tackle property maintenance issues by providing a financial incentive that will encourage the owner to activate or sell their property to another who will maintain it. It further provides a safety net to the owner by the municipality having a registry with vital contact information should an emergency occur pertaining to that vacant parcel. The ordinance will require owners of vacant land or properties to register their properties with the borough and pay an annual registration fee, which requires them to maintain the property in compliance with all property maintenance codes while providing an incentive to the banks and mortgage holders to sell and turn over the property to new owners. The money collected from these efforts will be placed in a South Plainfield Beautification Trust Fund, which is designed to provide the borough with funds to address some of the property issues around the borough that will provide the greatest benefit to the residents of the neighborhood. So this ordinance here is the first step in getting that done. And 383, thanks to Amy for Amy actually brought this ordinance to our attention, to the Administration of Finance, and I want to thank her for working with our engineer and codifying it so that we can have this on our agenda. And 383 municipalities throughout the state have enacted this in the past few years, ranging from 2012 on to today. So thank you, Amy, for looking into this.
Thank you.
I also want to update everybody, as you know, I had a meeting with the new CEO, and Mr. Cullen and I had a meeting with the new CEO of PSE&G, as well as our representatives local here. In that meeting, we discussed everything from Woodland Avenue over to projects throughout the town. So back in 2016, there was a major project that was going to happen in town, Gary, your neighborhood specifically, with replacing all the gas lines that are past their life, useful life. So they are going to begin that project again. We had introduced the ordinance in 2016, which required the utility companies to not just leave the trenches in place, and it worked well with the water company coming in and repaving the roads. So they kind of backed off in 2016, saying they didn't know what the cost was going to be and whatnot. So myself, Glenn, and Len got notification from them that they are looking to start that work again, as well as 2017 work that they had in place. So they will notify the residents in that whole area from East Hendricks to Maple. I don't know if they've notified the county yet about going up Maple Avenue, but
They notified us when they were going to come in with you guys.
back. Okay, so you should be getting a call this week sometime for them to schedule when they're going to come on that road. They need to know any moratoriums or something like that. So once they're going to hopefully start working at the end of the month, kind of the same schedule as the water company. You know, a month or two, a month, 4 to 6 weeks to replace the mains. They got to wait, they got to sit, and they'll come back and replace the lines going to the houses. Most of them are going to be shot through the lines, so they're going to run PVC into the line, so they won't have to disturb both sides of the street. Sometimes they'll have to, but we will work with them once the project is over. They agreed to do that walkthrough and everything like that, and get them involved in everything so that we can make sure that the roads go back to place. So I want to thank them for working with us and making sure that we can notify the residents. They're going to notify them with door hangers, letters, reverse 911. It stretches all the way from East Hendricks Boulevard to the other, almost like the Clarkie Avenue, whatever you want to say. It's Clark Lane and Clark Ave. But anyway, it goes all the way down to almost East Fairview. So that whole section up there, and then they're going to move over to the east, the West Elmwood, West Nassau, DeCepio, and off of Oak Tree as well. So there'll be a lot of work going on in those areas of town.
Yeah, the irony is they're going to do a lot of work, but it doesn't look like there's a single street, at least preliminarily, that there's a crossover between them and the water company.
Yeah, and
So, you know.
and that's really why we had added, you know, when we looked at these streets and residents said, listen, East Hendricks needs to be repaved and stuff like that, we wanted to make sure that we met with the gas company before we went to pave them, because long ago they were ripping them up. So we want to make sure, and it's a benefit to us, because we'll get those roads paved. So
Well, they've actually had meetings with the water company and the gas company at the same time, and us,
yeah,
as the county, to avoid that same thing. You know, you come in, the water company does a great job, and then the gas company
Yeah.
comes in and rips it up.
so none of these roads overlap, which is good.
This time.
This time.
For now.
For now. But yeah, so this is the last project for the next 5 years, so it'll be a good project.
They want to start it this year?
They want to start at the end of the
They
month.
said to you?
Yeah.
It's going to be a long winter.
Yeah, well, you know, everything with weather and stuff like that, but we wanted to make sure too that if they were going to do any work around the schools, which are not, we wanted to get it out of the way before the end of the summer, but they're not going to be anywhere near the schools, and they're going to work heavily on getting communication to the residents as well as we will, so. It's obviously 60 to 90 days after they finish all the work to come back and pay. Their goal is to get everything done by December. That was the water company's goal too. So Either way, there'll be a little inconvenience, but in the end, there'll be a nice road to be driven on. So, and with that, Mayor Fargo.
Thank you. At this point, I'll open it up for public comments. What?
Debbie Boyle, Van Fleet. On a happy note, congratulations to Darlene and Glenn Cullen on the birth of their granddaughter. Great news. Also, there's a spray park located on Cooper Road, right off of Raritan Road. We've been there. It's really good. It's a lot of fun. And it's for all ages. And I know that's like a county park, so there's no charge. But did you go and visit that?
I actually have been there, and I brought Ava there numerous times. That's really huge, but it's a great place to look at and get ideas. Absolutely, thank you.
Also, the thoughts and prayers to Mike English's family. Mike had his hands in everything in his town, always helping and being a part of everything. Also, the Christmas in July committee, we've been working on that for the past 7 months. Nancy, thank you for hosting that meeting. And it was a great success. It was hot. There were so many vendors, and everybody's looking forward to coming back next year, and all the people that helped out. And thank you to Mayor, Council, and CFO Glenn Cullen for all your help with that. National Night Out committee, all of us worked together. It was a great night, even though it rained. It was a lot of fun. People came right back out again and joined in. We went through 800 hamburgers and 800 hot dogs. Right at the end, we gave away the last 2. And thank you to Councilman White for all your help with the donations. Thank you. Also, Council President Robert Benjavenga, thank you for the nomination for Joe Scordato. What a great choice. He was selected by the committee upon review and voted unanimously, so thank you. He's a great choice. He's done a lot of things in this town for a lot of different organizations and people. Also, thank you to Attorney Rizzo for your help with the question that we had about meeting. Thank you, I appreciate your research. And that's it, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes.
Cheryl Nichols Smiley, East Garfield, New York. So I have 2 thank yous. One to Christine for bringing the attention about the pool. I will be a resident of South Plainfield in 29 years come January, and I've been a member of the pool that entire time. My son swam for the tiger shark, and I know Christine, I know Matt.
I remember you giving out the badge.
Yes, the ribbon. So I say thank you for bringing that to the council attention, because I'd like to see, it was the reason I bought in South Plainfield was because of the pool. And second, I want to say thank you for East Golf, who's been milled today. I woke up to that. And as far as I've been there, the road's never been paved, so I think all the residents on East Golf are very thankful and helpful. Glad that it's being done. It looks great, even though it hasn't been paved yet. Thank you.
We'll leave it like that.
New concept? What do you think? Anyone else?
I too want to congratulate Darlene on being a grandmother. There's nothing like it, I know. And I also think we should congratulate Debbie. She's got her grandson right now. Yes, last week. This is like a month of babies. And I know you don't know, but Charlie at Hometown Heroes became the father of twins, a boy and girl. This is all in the last couple of weeks. I don't know what the water was like 9 months ago. Just like, yeah, quite a bit. And I want to thank everybody who participated in Christmas in July. It was a very big undertaking, but when the day came, it was very smooth. The night before with the big storm, we had a storm, didn't matter because of Jack Peterson, who promised us good weather. We all, next year for National Night Out, we should talk to him. He guaranteed it.
It was a brief downpour, which is cool thing.
Yeah, I know. I was briefly drenched.
Brief for half hour.
Briefly drenched, yeah. It was a very good night out. But anyway, Christmas in July, I just want to thank everybody again. It is a big undertaking, but without all of the people who cooperate and help us, it really would not have been the success that it was. And hopefully next year it will be just as big a success. Okay?
Excellent, thank you.
Thanks, Nancy.
Anyone else? Okay, at this point we'll close the public portion. We are going into executive session. You are more than welcome to stay. We'll be back as soon as possible.
Okay, Deb, let's.
Welcome back, everyone. Tonight's executive session did not result in any additional items to tonight's agenda. At this point, I ask for a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
So moved.
We are adjourned. Have a good evening, everyone.